Marty Morrissey, and you're watching Cavan TV.
I'm Willie John McBride, and you're watching Cavan TV.
I'm Martin McHugh, and you're watching Cavan TV.
I'm Tommy Bowe, and you're watching Cavan TV.
I'm Jim McGuinness, and you're watching All About Sport.
I'm Carl Lacey, and you're watching All About Sport.
I'm Colin McFadden, and you're watching All About Sport.
I'm Paddy McBurty, and you're watching All About Sport.
Everyone, and welcome to All About Sport. Each week we will include a wide variety of sport from all around County Cavan, and if you would like your sport featured on the show, simply contact drumlinmedia@gmail.com. That's drumlinmedia@gmail.com. Well, this week I am joined by Will Govan, who is the publisher of the Moth magazine, and I'm sure you're all asking, why would Will Govan, who is better known for his role in The Begrudgers and for touring with lots of different plays, what's he doing on All About Sport? Well, he's here to tell us why. So, Will, thank you very much for joining us on All About Sport. So, first up, you're touring nationwide with Mott Productions in association with the GAA Social Initiative and ASAP programme. Tell us, how this all came about and how Mott Productions got involved in this.
Can I just start with telling you about my shirt?
Of course, before you forget. Actually, I said to Will when he was coming on the show, he had to look sporty, and he really did fulfil that request, I have to say. Tell us about your shirt, Will.
I am really this muscular, actually. It's not that small. It's not that small. This is a shirt it's a Muller called Cullen's shirt, and it was lent to Tommy Sharkey, who stars in our play, is one of the stars in our play, which is called For Club and County. And we were there a few days ago, and we had 2 pack nights out in Cross Hall, and it was organised by a gorgeous girl called Roisin, and that is where the shirt came from. Now, when you asked me to come on the show, I thought, right, I need the kit.
Yeah, you have to look the part coming all about sport.
Exactly. So that's key. The story. That's the story of the shirt.
Well, the shirt looks good. It's so you're up in Cucullins, obviously parish, and it was in Mullay. So is that where
that's in Mullay? Yeah, that's in Mullay.
That's where you were
last
weekend.
Cross, a wonderful parish hall and Cross Hall. We were there, and 2 great nights, and that's part of our nationwide tour. And the genesis of that idea came from the fact that beginning of last year we took a play on tour. The Moth magazine, what we now call Moth Productions, took a play on tour, and it was a bit of a disaster, and it went around to lots of provincial theatres and nobody really came. And I thought, well, how can we get people to come to see plays? And the play that we happened to be producing at that stage had a Gaelic football theme, so I thought, well, let's get in touch with some clubs, and let's use these parish halls and clubhouses that are all over Ireland, and get people to come to them like they used to.
And did you contact the GAA and ask them to get on board?
Absolutely,
so
we did.
This all came from you. This
is entirely my idea, as unbelievable as it sounds.
Well, I was kind of thinking, how does an Englishman, take on this role of having a GAA social initiative? But
I'll tell you how that happened, because I didn't have a clue about the GAA, and I just saw all of these clubhouses and clubs around the country as this huge network of community centres.
Yeah.
And so I approached this fellow down in Croke Park, who was the coordinator of the social initiative, and I said, look, how can we take these plays around to clubs? And he jumped on the idea, and our next play was the beginning of what is now Moth Productions, and we went around to about 30 clubs with that particular play.
All over the country.
All over the country, and then we took another play on tour and went to another 30 clubs.
So you had to contact all these kind of GAA clubs.
Yeah, and then they started contacting me. They'd had a great time. So after every performance, people would come up to me and say, "Will, look, we want this play." So it was really word of mouth.
I suppose GAA clubs, and it's in every kind of county, and it's a very social and all about the community. So I'm sure you got a great response.
It's extraordinary, and what it meant was that theatre was accessible to all members of the community. And the social initiative started off as being something which was designed to attract older men, specifically older men who slipped through the net in their own communities. And now it's kind of has a broader appeal in that it's saying, right, let's everybody get together.
And I suppose there's something not as formal about going to your GAA club to see a play as opposed to going to the theatre for a night. And I suppose it takes that element.
I would much rather be in a community.
Yeah, and I suppose for that, as you said, target that certain age group that it makes them more comfortable. Well, I'm just popping down today to the club, where I maybe trained or played in my early days.
All ages, men and women, they come down to the hall, they feel comfortable, it's tremendous atmosphere. Some of these halls have been there for years and years and years, and they have this wonderful feeling of being a social and a part of the community, and that's what theatre doesn't have that appeal. So a lot of people, it's a kind of theatre is a kind of municipal place. Yeah, they feel a bit intimidated, and more importantly, over the years, they've probably been going to theatre and thinking this is really boring.
So not can be a problem.
There's a problem, and we wanted to challenge that and say, right, not only can plays be really good fun, but plays can be accessible, and you can go down to your hall and watch one. And we weren't reinventing the wheel, because of course this is what used to happen. You speak to some of the older people, they will tell you about touring theatre in Ireland, and there's a tremendous tradition where when the touring band of players would arrive in your town, and there'd be huge excitement. So we want to revive that tradition.
I think you've definitely succeeded.
We're trying.
And it's doing very well, and the feedback's been fantastic. So tell us then about the ASAP programme. You got that, why did you get them involved?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The social initiative, which I've talked about, which was set up by Mary McAleese, that has merged now with ASAP.
Okay.
ASAP is the Alcohol and Substance Abuse Prevention Programme. And it's hugely, hugely important. And what it aims to do, it's obvious, is to tackle the problems of alcohol and substance abuse in our clubs and in our communities. And so they're sending out a very strong message, and we're helping to communicate that message. And when we visit clubs, we tell people about the programme.
Which was great. So you're kind of highlighting it, as well as bringing the play to the club and to these areas. You're highlighting the programme that's available there. So you might be just somebody at audience might be sitting there, and it might just help them.
Yeah, and actually the play, which it's a wonderful play, it's not just about the GAA. It deals with relationships. It's exciting, regardless of whether you're into football or hurling. It does deal with some of these very important issues like alcoholism. So it is
a wonderful play, and we will talk at great length about it in a couple of minutes. But maybe before we start there, I suppose we have a clip of it. But I suppose this is it's not the first mock production with the GAA Social Initiative. Our viewers are really familiar with Victor's Dung, and to mention the Pitch, and now more recently for club and county. So get that in for club and county. And this is also written by Seamus O'Rourke, Leitrim man, well known playwright. So it's a great play. So before we talk any further, I think we have a clip of the promo coming up right now.
Reggie, I was just thinking, what if we get to him first? What do you mean there might be no need? The knee? The cruciate ligament? Dipping sheep? So having your two sisters sitting at home doing nothing? The game's on Sunday week. Well, what the f*** are you going to do? Lead us in prayer?
Excellent. So in that clip, that was Shane O'Connor, local Cavan man, also Tommy Sharkey, and Karina Charles starring in that play. So, you know, it's a great play. Lots of people can relate to it, and that's for sure. Some comments and praise for Matt Productions. Absolutely superb. We had a cracking night with an audience of well over 300. Stephen Barkin Derry GFC, and thank you very much for your most entertaining production. Your team was a pleasure to have, and that was in Trillock in McCartan's GAA in County Tyrone. So lots of messages from all over already letting people know how happy they are with Mott Productions. So let's chat about the play. Well, you're here to talk about it, and I mean, it's got, you know, it's all about the GAA display. It is, you know, everything that anyone can relate to, club and county. So starring Shane O'Connor, that's who we saw.
Yeah.
Great performances from
He's brilliant.
the three.
He's brilliant. He's
cast.
Yeah, to be honest, I think every play I've ever seen, I look at the cast, and even though it might, on the whole, might be a strong performance, I'm able to pick out those people who I think are weaker than others. But I'm not saying that just because it's our play, but
Yeah.
I think they are the three remarkably strong actors. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I've been blown away by them, and they've worked so hard, and the
Yeah.
tour is incredibly tiring.
Yeah.
And no, I'm very proud of them.
It was fantastic. I think I went to see it. Was it the opening night, or I'm not sure, one of your preview nights?
Carrigaline, yeah.
And it was sold out straight away from the word go. We
Yeah.
were lucky to get tickets. I thought I would have had, you know, a little bit of pull considering be around Carrigaline, but it was brilliant. The set was fantastic. I think that was Noel Nash.
Nash is an absolute
wow,
superstar.
what a
yeah.
great set.
He's very, very, very clever
Like, he
guy.
really, you
yeah.
felt like the changing rooms, that was the inside of them, cold changing rooms at a football field, you know, and all the little
it's absolutely
hidden areas in it.
Yeah, and the whole the artistry in the whole play is extraordinary, and Seamus has been able to produce a fantastic play, in every sense of the word. And in that, I think the set is really special. And most of the time, you'll be watching a play, and then there'll be a scene change, and it'll be a bit quiet. But this time, you're actually seeing the scene changes. I don't want to say too much, but you're seeing the scene changes, and they're really, really entertaining.
It's very entertaining, like thoroughly entertaining. I really want to go and see it again. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. I think anyone who's not even, you know, everyone has had a taste of the GAA or what it's about. You really need to get down to your local GAA club and catch it, because it was just fantastic night's performance. The final scene in particular was the part I loved the most, because I think everyone just forgot they were at the theatre and actually nearly thought that you were actually at a match. I got so much into it, you know, so I mean, that's a real gift to be able to draw the crowd in and make you feel that you're actually somewhere you're not meant to be. So
yeah, I think people, I mean, I've seen the play several times, and I still am sitting on the edge of my seat in those in the final moments. It's terrific. It's a really, really uplifting play, and like you say, you don't need to be into football or hurling or the GA. You will enjoy this play. Yeah.
So your tour dates, you know, you've just started in October, so you're running for.
We've done 11 dates already.
Oh,
I
my
think.
goodness.
So we will have over 100 dates.
Okay. Wow. 100 dates
in this tour. And,
right.
Lots of them.
I run until
are
May. Is that
Cavan.
correct?
Yeah.
Exactly. So run until May. Wow, you'll be that. So, and you're going to be all over the country. What about locally? You know, people who are watching and would like to get to see it locally.
Yes.
When are you going to be in the local
area?
I'm
just going to tell
Cavan,
you that.
or
I'm going to tell you that right now.
bordering counties?
I'm going to tell you that right now.
That's great. So I mean,
we're in Scottstown, in Monaghan, at the Scottstown Sports Complex, and that is on the 10th of November. That is this Saturday.
In Monaghan, in Scott's House.
In Monaghan.
Scottstown, sorry.
Scottstown.
So Scottstown in Monaghan this coming Saturday.
Don't miss it. And then we're in various other places in different counties, and then we have a really exciting run of shows in Cavan to look forward to. So Bailieborough, 24th of November.
Oh, great. So all coming before Christmas.
Yeah,
this
is at the Bailieborough Festival in the Bailey Hotel.
Oh, the Bailey Hotel, 24th of November.
Yeah, and after that, on the 25th, we're in Mullaghorn at the Parochial Hall.
Oh, it'll go down well in Mullaghorn.
We're then in Durnacreve Gales, it's in Corla. It's actually in Swanland Bar. So Mary's Hall, Swanland Bar.
Yeah.
Then we're in Lara, and that's we're playing
Say
that
that
show
one
in Lara.
Oh, in Lara, yeah.
And that's at Stradone Community Hall. That's on the 30th of November. And then we're in Ballinar for Gowna, and that's on the 1st of December. And then on the 9th of December, we're in Cavan Town Hall for the Cavan Gales. And that's on the 9th of December.
Wow.
And then so we've actually got, sorry, just quickly, Louise, 14th and 15th of December we're in Coot Hill, Drumlin House, and that is for the Coot Hill Celtic GA.
Right, okay, so all the GA clubs are getting on to you and getting you to come around their clubs, but they'll be sell-out gigs. So if people want to, get their hands on tickets, how can they book? Well, if you can tell our viewers who are watching.
Yeah, if you go to our website, themothmagazine.com, www.themothmagazine.com, and go to Moth Productions, you will find a list of tour dates. And there are numbers there, and call those numbers and get some tickets.
Great.
That's simple as that.
And I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to that. We have, Victor's Zone was a great success last year also, and you toured all around Ireland and in the GA clubs also. I think we have a clip just to show from Cork, and this is produced by Pádraig Connaughton from Gowna. So
Brilliant,
he's been
man, yeah. That was this was a gala performance we did, and it was for Watergrass Hill. It was in Watergrass Hill for Glenville GA Club in Cork. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we'll just show a short clip of this.
Feeling kinda lonely, gonna be in town for only a few days at the most. I realize it's early, but I'm getting kinda squirrely, so I go downstairs for a tour. I'm clinking glasses, drinking fast, and pretty soon I think I'll ask the lady for a dance or two. I try my latest to test them, but my feet and where I left them, and the music made me want to move. I got the rockin', rollin', reeling, feeling something drunkenn's coming over me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Somehow or another I met her like a mother and looking real cool. Thinking every minute while I'm out there spinning if I thought I really be a fool. Whizzing, crazy vision, hazy breath, soon collision, baby, end up down on the floor. The band is really playing, the guitar is almost sailing, and the music made me dance some more. I got to rock it, roll it.
Oh yeah, Seamus O'Rourke here, writer and director of Victor's Dung, and we're here in Watergrass Hill in Cork with Will Govan's Moth Productions. The concept of bringing theatre to the GA clubs is all about this social initiative scheme. We're being sponsored by Calor Gas, and it's just a great opportunity for me to bring the play to different parts of the country, and we're very grateful to all concerned, and it's going down an absolute treat with audiences and the GA, and being a former GA man myself, delighted to be mixing with all these people and having a great time all around the country.
How many people died since the world started, and not one of the who was a ticket, what was why they come back and tell us what was going on?
The show was absolutely outstanding. I never laughed as much in all my life. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, absolutely brilliant performance.
Josie, would you eat a bit and live or if I frightened it more?
I really enjoyed it. The night flew very good, and the acting was very professional. I really enjoyed it.
Victor Maguire, far more an actor. What kind of an actor? A very good actor. Film mainly, and I do a small bit of radio, and I don't do much stage work anymore on account of that. Just fucking doesn't pay the bills.
We kind of thought it was for older people, but I liked it.
And would you go see it again?
Yeah. Bring some people.
What was your favourite part about the show?
I thought the section where he was inside with the radio station with the DJ there, I thought that was just hilarious. I did it for last year.
But I'm joined in the studio today by the man who owns the land where the movie's been shot, Victor Maguire. Victor, you're very welcome to the show.
Hello, listeners.
The show was outstanding. Surpassed all expectations. So it did. Surpassed all expectations.
You're as old as the hills Dromintion. You're my Dromintion hills.
It's been a great pleasure for the club to be involved in this initiative, and I know that we've spoken a little bit about it, and you've seen something about it in the publication for the play, or the publicity for the play. It is really a very important activity for the GA to be involved in. Currently, I mean, the GA is involved in playing, obviously. We're involved in cultural activities to score, and the social initiative is a really, really important further addition to the activity that the GA is engaged in. Much more involved in the community activity and community networking, which is very largely vanished in some places, and I think we have a responsibility as a community, all aspects of the community, all elements of the community, to make an effort to get people out and to get people doing things that they wouldn't normally do. And of a Friday night, I don't know what people normally do, but it typically is at home. And it's good to be out.
All of the counties, and we've been to all of the counties except for 10, and so now I'm delighted to kind of be able to tick Cork off. However, we want to come back here because you've given us such a warm welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you, John, and thank you to everybody here and in Glenville GAA.
Excellent stuff. That was great stuff. Par Conady, he also did the promo video for Club and County. Just tell us there, Will, about sponsors. Calor Gas, massive sponsor.
Yeah, Calor is our main sponsor for the tour. It's our sponsor for the tour. So we were fortunate enough to benefit from Calor's sponsorship of the first two plays and now this tour, which is tremendous. Yeah,
fantastic. So I suppose on another note, so we've got, if anyone wants to check out tour dates or anything, they can check out your website, just give it to the camera there.
Yeah, it's themothmagazine.com, www.themothmagazine.com.
And if you want to book tickets, can they go into Multisound or anywhere, or does it have to be?
No, well, it may be that there's local clubs who are doing
it?
that, but it's best to just give the number a call beneath
easiest.
the date and find out about it. Yeah,
That's
it'll be different in every club.
Exactly,
yeah.
That'll be the easiest. Well, just to finish off our show, you've been on All About Sport before, because you have a great passion and interest in fishing.
Yeah.
You like a bit of fishing. Is that what drew you to Cavan? All the lakes, 365.
That certainly appeals to me. I mean, I will say that I've hardly done any fishing since being in Cavan, and I did more fishing living in London than I have in
Really?
Cavan, and that's just because of
that's always the way.
Pressures of family life.
Yeah.
But my oldest son is 4, and we go fishing together, and so that's given me the opportunity to take it up again.
Apparently, you're going to be doing a show for Cavan TV, a fishing show. How's that coming along? Word on the street.
Yeah. No, I've got some ideas. Now look, we're coming into the winter.
So it's not good fishing season?
Well,
I don't know much about fishing.
You might think that. However, it is the best time of the year to fish for pike. And of course, pike being a very popular quarry here in Cavan, great big lakes, lots of rivers. It's great pike territory. A lot of very big pike have been caught around here. And I was thinking it would be quite fun to produce a programme called Fishing for Monster Pike.
Oh, right, okay.
So really it would
Put
be...
Cavan on the map for this now, like Loch Ness.
This is it, yeah. I mean, so it'd be like kind of exploring the various regions and speaking to some of the fishermen learning about some of their tales about huge pike and maybe trying to catch some.
What type of fishing tackle will you be using to catch?
Putting them back, of course.
What type of fishing tackle will you
Mainly
be
small dogs.
proposing to use?
That kind of thing. Obviously, the bigger bait we can get as possible. Well, this is what we need to find out. We need to be speaking to the people down on the riverbank and on the lake shore and asking them what they are using. And I knew a fella who. It was in the south of England, and he was on a pier and he was sea fishing, and he said he was mainly a pike angler, and I said, well, what's your biggest fish? It's a kind of natural question. What's your biggest pike? And he said that he'd caught a 43-pound pike, and I asked him what he caught it on, and he said it was a live frog.
What's a
live frog? Yeah. So
oh
strung
right,
up a frog.
okay. So
he strung up a frog. So. That I don't know if I would do that.
Oh right, so okay,
that can be very effective. I don't. That is illegal, actually.
Okay, what's the biggest fish you ever caught?
Not very big. Not very big at all.
No.
Not very big at all. No, I can't even. I'd be too embarrassed to say.
So if you were going fishing in this area, where what's the lake? Do you have a preference? A favourite spot, a favourite area?
I have a few favourite spots. We're so blessed. I mean, even in Cavan Town, not that I personally would want to fish in the town itself, but a lot of people do, a lot of kids do, and I dare say they have been for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
You see these huge trout swimming about, and it's wonderful. So Cavan is blessed with wonderful habitat for fish. I love river fishing, and the Annalee River is a glorious river.
Yeah.
And the great thing about fishing in Ireland, especially for fishing for coarse fish and trout, is that there's very little licensing, by way of licensing laws, and people allow you to fish on their land, which is tremendous. It's very accessible.
Yeah.
It is very exciting. Yeah.
Which is why it's very appealing. You still have a lot of, around where I live, and certainly, Derek Davis actually, he used to present Live 3, was a regular fisher in my area. He's a well-known presenter on RTE, and he used to always be in our area fishing, and lots of other celebrities. Will Turb, I suppose, very popular as well. Would you do any sea fishing, or would it be?
I have done, and the last time I was sea fishing was with my wife, and I was in fact, it was on our honeymoon, and I was very excited about teaching her how to fish, but I was thoroughly seasick throughout the whole outing, and she caught virtually every fish you could possibly catch in the sea. Different species of dogfish and wrasse and ling and cod and pollock and mackerel, everything. Well, I was just incredibly sick, so I haven't been fishing since then in the sea. But unfortunately, we're not too close to the sea here, so
no, not too close.
No.
But I suppose we have lots of lakes. And for anyone who is coming to Cavan for a spot of fishing, check out Sports World. Brian Webber, who will supply all fishing tackle and all your needs. So on Town Hall Street in Cavan Town for all your fishing needs and all your tackle. And advice, of course, where to fish. I'm sure he can give you all that information.
He would be a tremendous sage when it comes to that kind of thing. Yeah, and the main thing is to enjoy and look after the glorious countryside and fish responsibly. It's not all about catching fish; it's about having fun, and it's about looking at all of the other creatures.
Yeah.
In the countryside, which is great too.
Oh well, you know what? Thank you very much for coming in. Where did that half hour go? It's gone all right, too fast. Time flies when you're having fun, as they say. Thanks very much for coming in and speaking to us about for club and county, and for club and county, we'll be coming to a GAA club near you very soon. So check out mothproductions.com. Mothproductions.com.
That's actually the mothmagazine.com.
The
Moth Productions.
Moth Magazine. .com. I was going to say gomiletical in Irish there, but I'm just still in school mode.
We are also on Facebook as well, so you can check us out there.
And thank you very much for talking to us about your fishing, and we look forward to your fishing programme that that's going to come maybe in the near future. We'll be looking forward to that, Will. But best of luck with the tour. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So that's it for All About Sport for this week. I will be back again at the same time next Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. And if you want your sport featured on the show, simply contact drumlinmedia@gmail.com. Thank you very much again to Will Govan for talking to us about Moth Productions, and in particular the Club and County, which is touring at the moment, and also for talking to us about his fishing. So that's it from me, and goodbye from me, Louise.